Y'all, I want y'all to like, subscribe, share, definitely hit notification. This one, aka Indigo Sky, aka Trigger Ranking. I want y'all to, if y'all want to support the channel, cash out in the description. If you want to follow me on any other platforms, everything at the top of the description of YouTube. And say, let's get this show on the road, baby. Looking out across the nighttime, city winds, sleepless eyes. Hear her voice, shake my window, sweet seducing sighs. Get me out into the nighttime. Four walls won't hold me tonight. If this town is just an apple, then let me take a bite. And they say, why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why does it do me that way? I say why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why does it go that way? Reaching out to touch a stranger. Electric eyes are everywhere. See that girl?
Fanaticz, real trap shit.
She likes the way I stare.
Tell them that's human nature. Why does it do me that way? Say why? Tell them that it's human nature. Does it do me that way? This way. Like love in this way.
Man, this girl right here is incredible, bro. Her voice, that shit sound like, but it sound like they could make a whole Disney movie just off of her voice, man.
Slowly. It's hard to say, but I'd rather stay awake when I'm asleep. 'Cause everything is never as it seems. Oh, I like to make myself believe the planet Earth, it turns slowly. It's hard to say, I'd rather stay awake when I'm asleep. 'Cause everything is never
As it seems. Oh shit! I almost burnt the seam of my motherfucking pants.
I like to make myself believe the planet Earth turns slowly. It's hard to say, but I'd rather stay awake when I'm asleep. 'Cause everything is never as it seems. Oh, I like to make myself believe the planet Earth, it turns slowly. It's hard to say, but I'd rather stay awake when I'm asleep. 'Cause everything is never
As it seems. As it seems. As the vocality of really eating this shit up. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I ain't one of my joints. I might play me sing on Tom Petty. Let me see how I rock it. Let me see.
What's up?
This me singing
John Mayer joint.
this me singing what the fuck, man? Oh, Tom Petty, Free Fall.
This X was though. XOBUST. Please remember me. Check this out. She's a good girl. Loves her mama. Loves Jesus. And America too. She's a good girl. Crazy about Elvis. Loves horses. And a boyfriend too, yeah. Hey, it's a long day. Living there with Cedar. There's a freeway running through the yard. I'm a bad boy, 'cause I don't even miss her. I'm a bad boy, breaking her off, and I'm free, yeah. free falling. Yeah. Yes, I'm free. Yeah. Free falling. Yeah. All the vampires through the valley, they will wear his gun. Boulevard, all the bad boys are standing in the shadow. Let the good girls mourn the broken hearts, and I'm free. Yeah, free falling. And I'm free. Yeah. Free falling. Free falling, falling now. Free falling now. Free falling now. Free falling now. Free falling now. Alright, y'all, we back. We about to do some freestyles. About to react to a couple of little joints on YouTube, see what they got going on in the wacky world of YouTube. I definitely want to see that. Give me a second. Man, this no well shit. Find him. Well shit. Find him, bro.
With this app, you can remove vocals from any song. Extract audio in seconds. Let me show you how it works. You can grab it right from your files or just import it using a URL. I've got a track right here on my
Absolutely. Radio. Man, never had a. Never had a.
So, first guys, this is Mike Howard. Family, you know, I wouldn't ruin my reputation like that. I would not put myself out there like that, especially knowing this is a high profile case and this thing ain't just gonna magically go away just because y'all railroaded somebody. I mean, you got the judge, you got the prosecution, you got even the defense. Toby Shook and the guy to the right, y'all know what that is? That's Bill Worst. He is the prosecutor. Yeah, that's your prosecutor. Guess what? These two are tight. They used.
I mean, I heard some shit about the judge. They say that the judge retired after this case. I did hear a little, which is crazy. That's what you paid them for, defense.
A law firm, friends for 30 years. Yeah. So they do a little dog on the show in front of the cameras or whatever. Actually, they didn't allow the cameras in the courtroom, and we know why. Yeah, fam. So, according to the affidavit, the key points include off-the-record agreement with prosecutors. Howard states, this is Mike Howard, Carmelo Anthony's supposed to be lawyer, paid lawyer, states there was an understanding between the defense and prosecution that both sides would limit the trial to what occurred during the confrontation at the track meet. and would avoid introducing prior character or extraneous conduct evidence about either Carmelo Anthony or Austin Metcalf. According to the defense, that agreement affected how it prepared and presented its case. Now, why would
I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. Like, this right here is a tragedy. This is tragedy on both sides. It's tragedy that Carmelo Anthony got this much time. It's tragedy that the young man lost his life. I feel like if things would have went different, everybody would have walked away. If cooler heads would have prevailed, I believe that, both of these young men's lives would probably be going on the timeline it's supposed to be going, but one is dead and one is in jail, and the whole thing is crazy for our kids on the
you agree with something like that? Knowing that you're dealing with bullets, knowing that if you can argue a pattern, if you can lay out a pattern for these guys' behavior, they could create some serious doubt. But at the same time, although it would have created the doubt, it wouldn't have made any difference, because I do believe that the jury was also stacked. It didn't matter what was said, it didn't matter how it played.
Yeah, the jury was stacked though, because I think they said they ain't had nobody black on them, so that really got him. That killed him. That he was dead in the water. He was dead in the water when he ain't had no black jurors on the stand.
Out, they had it on their mind. They were going to railroad no matter what. Another key point included the decision not to call Carmelo Anthony to testimony. Howard explains that the defense advised Anthony not to testify after the court indicated this testimony would likely open the door to the prosecution introducing additional character or extraneous offense evidence. The affidavit argues this specifically affected the defense strategy. Now, why would the prosecution introduce additional character or extraneous offense evidence? Why would they do that if they got an agreement? They had an off-the-record agreement. Why would they do that? Anyway, another key point. The impact on the self-defense case. Howard contends the defense relied on the understanding that the trial would focus on the events under the tent. The affidavit says that when the prosecution later sought to introduce additional evidence, it undermined the strategy the defense had built around a self-defense plan. So basically what he's saying now is that they stabbed him in the back. The prosecution stabbed him in the back. They had an agreement, and the prosecution ambushed him once the trial started. And introduced evidence that they had agreed that would not be introduced. The fourth primary point includes the reason for supporting the new trial. Howard states in his opinion as trial counsel that these circumstances prejudiced Anthony's defense and contributed to the request for a new trial. David is intended to walk.
Yeah, this is a little slow. Let's go to we gonna react to the truth is. It's a little slow, like y'all check out Willie Dito, but I wanna check out this shit about Casanat Streaming University. I don't know if y'all know in Atlanta they have Melee out here behind Casanat Streaming University. It was crazy. It was so crazy they had to have drone footage of it. That's how many people was out there. We about to check this out. Truth is channel. That's what we're reacting to. Tell me your address. No, ma'am.
Streamer University is not at all what you think of it. While Kai promoted it as a massive
Somebody said the police with it. Oh. The police looking for me? Oh. Poor little thing. I said the police with
advance their careers. The reality is that this event appears to have been orchestrated solely to take advantage of upcoming creators. It is not about giving new talent a chance. It seems more like an industry plan factory where Kai and his associates receive more attention while raking in millions in sponsors. We are going to take a deeper look into Streamer University to uncover what Kai's true purpose behind this event could actually be. By the end of this video, you will be left wondering if this event was a lie since the very beginning. After disappearing and reappearing as a fashion designer, Kai Cenat announced he was done streaming. He said he wanted to focus all his time on his new career path, and months went by without any new streams or events. When he announced the return of the Streamer University, many were genuinely surprised. As you can expect, it instantly exploded, and all the attention.
yeah, but that shit in Atlanta, boy, that shit was going crazy. Bro, it was like thousands of people out there. Like, that shit was crazy.
Was back on him. When he announced he was doing auditions in 3 cities, people instantly flooded the locations. Huge crowds showed up, with some even camping out, hoping to get an opportunity to demonstrate their skills. The footage shows just how these kids were losing their minds to get in. After thousands waited outside across 3 cities, Kai was only able to choose 120 people, and when he revealed who exactly was chosen, he was met with instant backlash.
Like, basically, they kind of mad at Buddy because, like, the people that he picked was basically already streamers that had, you know, that was already popping. Like, he ain't picking on no-name people. Like.
This time, even worse than the last, many of the people Kai chose were already established streamers or his close associates. Even worse, Kai chose people like Lizzo, a big music artist who's not even a streamer. This left many of the small creators who showed up feeling duped. Some of them started feeling like they never really had a shot to begin with. It appeared like, again, Kai used them to create a viral moment, knowing he was likely never going to pick anyone who wasn't RBTA, United Talent Agency. It is one of the top agencies in all of Hollywood.
That makes sense, though. That makes sense. Because, like, the first time I met Charlton White, he was with a publicist. But he was with a publicist for Nick Cannon.
Hollywood. Many huge stars and big musical acts are represented by this company. Recently, they have also been signing a lot of streamers. And would you look at that, many of them just so happen to be the same creators who were accepted into Streamer University. First, Lizzo was picked, even though she is not a streamer. She just so happens to be represented by UTA, the same company Kai is signed to. That could just be a coincidence, right? Well, Blackboy Max was also picked too. He is also signed to UTA. Phase member Stable Ronaldo got him, and just like the rest, he is also signed to UTA. A Twitch streamer by the name of Jason Green was also picked, and he is also signed to. And again, she is also signed to UTA. Even Dream Doll was picked, and she was also previously represented by UTA. My point is that many of the people who were picked are signed to the same talent agency as Kai Cenat. That, to me, is very strange and raises the question if any of this is really as legit as they claim. If only it...
Like, he probably just, man, this man probably just knew who he was going to pick already and just did that shit to make this shit more popular. Because this right here made it more popular. All these people out here, bro.
A very small number of creators that are chosen are actually new creators. What is the point of the giant audition? Why does he promote the event?
But that's why I keep content creating, because it's like, you gotta keep doing it to get better at it. Like, everybody by day, it gets better and better. You get more comfortable in front of the camera and you're able to, present, content for people to watch and shit.
Like an opportunity for upcoming talent. If most of the creators chosen are already established, well, that is what most people are failing to realize. I don't think Streamer University was ever created to help small talent, but to use them. I have come to believe that Streamer University was one big marketing strategy for Kai at the expense of the streamer community. He fooled everyone since day one, and nobody seems to have noticed. I'm gonna tell you exactly how I believe he managed to do this.
From Zetstone and Sapphire, the language for real. Sapphire's lessons are
Streamer University took Kai's hype to a whole new level. Out of all the things he has ever done, nothing got him as much attention as this event did, on paper.
Yeah, this shit right here blew this shit off the hinges, bro. Like
The
they was like,
idea
you
for
get
a
that many
school for
people
new
to come
streamers
out.
to
We need to put y'all in like an arena or something, get some money out.
learn from the biggest figures on the internet was genius. The way it was promised was that Kai was going to choose established creators to teach new creators how to make it big. The lucky ones picked would stay on a campus alongside the biggest creators and collaborate with them, allowing them to see the behind the scenes of the biggest streamers who dominate the space. Kai literally struck gold with this idea. Not only would he look like a good guy by helping new streamers, but he would also generate massive media coverage around the event, boosting his popularity even further. As we all know, the event was an instant hit. The hype for Streamer University was unmatched. It seemed like everyone was making videos talking about how they applied and were desperate to get in. But when the day actually unfolded, people quickly realized when many noticed a pattern with those who got in. Most of the streamers who were chosen were already established creators with a sizable platform. Not many new small-time creators were actually picked, just like we saw this year. So then small creators to be seen. It also didn't appear like there was much education out either. The so-called teachers were not really teaching anything. They were busier focusing on creating viral moments for their own streams instead of actually showing the students anything useful. The entire event unfolded more like a viral stunt than an actual educational networking event. Instead of new streamers getting this massive opportunity as they were promised, it looked like they were used as...
Hey, yo, check it out. You know who it is, man. It's the one only Mr. Gangsta Girls himself, DJ the Fuck Drama, a.k.a. Mr. Thanksgiving. Big shout out to my big homie doing this thing, DJ Morrison. I see you over there holding it down. Holla at me sometime, man. Let me get some of them exclusives you got. Pay attention, you bastards. Gangsta Breezy.
characters for Kai and his crew to make content. While people were surprised by how the event unfolded, I believe this was always the plan. University just appears to be a giant market. It was all about money and hype. What people fail to realize is that this event was organized very similarly at the bottom, little creators who had really small or non-existent audiences. These are the people who are likely never to be chosen, but are used to generate hype and demand. You need the massive crowd of people desperate to get in to make the event look more desirable. That was the reason behind the whole audition process. If you paid attention to his recent audition, the media coverage was strong because of how many people showed up. That's why you need the small creators. They were like Hollywood extras. In the middle of the pyramid, you had...
Hey, he broke that shit down perfectly, though. Like, he did. He broke that shit down perfectly.
Streamers who are already established with followers. They are the ones who got picked, thinking they were going to make it to the next level, but in reality, they just had their attention redirected to Kai and his friends. At the very top of the pyramid, you obviously find Kai Cenat and his associates, the only people who really benefited.
Yeah, it's beautiful just to be able to cut your phone on and get some money, and compute on to get some money, but it's get in front of the camera.
The reality
That's
is
why
that all the
people
hype
doing
money
this.
and attention were all redirected to the top of the pyramid. Essentially, the event seemed to have been designed to create live streamer industry plans. Kai strategically put the attention on people who just so happened to be signed to UTA with him or are his friends. Well,
Trapaholics, real trap shit.
at the same time, he's making millions from massive sponsorship deals. It appears that since day one, the event was designed for this purpose. He knew that if
Crazy, bro.
it's hard to find nothing that should help any small creator, you are left with no choice but to think that the small creators will be taking advantage of. He just used them to make his event look bigger so he can make more money. And
Got it! Got it! Yeah!
made people more popular. The rest of the people were like his sister or his friend. This is an event UTA likely has a big hand in. The agency is responsible for getting Kai his big opportunities. So I would not be surprised if this is something they cooked up to promote him and their other talent. In a way, it feels like he sold out the streamer community.
He promised. Like, promises.
All these small creators are not, and they believe him. Some of these guys claim to have quit their jobs before they even knew if they would get picked.
What you doing? Huh? You quit your job? What? You quit your job? What? Today?
He quit his job to be a streamer on with Casanat.
Congratulations, he claims himself. Congratulations, he claims himself.
I said, come on.
Many were literally losing their minds online when they saw that they weren't chosen.
For 4 days since Thursday in LA for streaming diversity auditions. Waited in
See, these niggas weirdos, bro. You gotta get on the internet to be on the internet, bro. You on the internet talk about
didn't even get to get interviewed by Castanet. I would rather get denied from the Castanet than get stopped and denied from the staff. And that's what makes me sick. I've been here for all 4 days, bro. I've been here for 4 days, making content, streaming. It's hella discouraging, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm actually sick to my stomach.
it's not discouraging, bro. You gotta get on here and do this shit every day, like how I'm doing it, bro. You gotta get on here. Like, goddamn, just get on the net and rock that motherfucker. Like that's what you do. Like as a content creator, you get on the internet and you rock that bitch. Like, that's what you do.
I'm like, damn. I literally got denied for the first interview. And I said what I had to say. Camp, I'm dedicated, I'm hungry. And
Like,
I just got denied.
that shit sound good. I'm hungry. All this goofy ass shit. I'm hungry and all this, bro. That shit don't mean nothing, bro. You gotta get on the fucking internet and make the shit pop, bro. That's how you do this shit. You waiting on somebody to give you a handout, bro. Like, ain't no handouts around here, bro.
I guess I said small something wrong. And this content for like 6 years, bro.
Man.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
I just wanted a shot, you know, at life. And I thought this was gonna be like my first shot. But
It's hard, man.
Got it.
all the people I was here early, dedicated. But wish I got to get interviewed by Castanet so I can at least showcase my personality more.
Hey, he did say I'm a dream. It was all the dream, like, for real. The way that shit was in Atlanta, my nigga, I was like, God, I was right down the street from that shit, but I ain't see, you know, I probably was like about 5 red lights away from where all that shit was going on. Yeah, for real.
The reality is that if you were not down with UTA or one of Kai's friends or family members, you had basic
UTA or the friends or family members.
no shot at getting in. People really need to understand this is no longer the Kai who was working his way up in the industry. He has made it to the top and has crossed over long ago. He is fully immersed in the industry, and things like this are normal techniques to extract as much money from the people as possible. But I don't know if people are surprised. Everyone should have realized Kai was not seemed to be when he came back acting like he fashioned his
The exercise shit,
That was the moment it was solidified that the industry got Kai. The way he was walking up the stairs in that red-lit room and how jaded. You know, when you see things like this, it's pretty much a sign that he crossed over. In my opinion, it does not seem like he cared about the streamer community at all. What he cares about is making more and more money. That is why he was constantly humiliating himself on stream with no issues. He showed us just how far he was willing to go when he did the shower stunt with Raging. That was the perfect indication of what he truly represented. Streamer University 2 is set to take place any day now. Chances are, like last time, no small...
Okay, so it's gonna be in different places or it might be in the same place. I don't know, this man, some deep shit right now.
Streamer is really going to get that shot they're hoping for. Instead, it appears that Kai will once again use this moment to make himself even more popular and rich. I want to know what you guys think. Do you feel like Streamer University?
That shit, like that. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, that was a genius idea. Streaming University, like that. That shit got a nice little ring to it, bro. Like, I ain't lying. You know what I'm saying? Got a nice little ring to it.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Is not what it seems? Or do you think even if only big creators are chosen, it still works as promised? To me, it seems to show Kai's true colors and what he represents at the end of the day. Kai is one of the online creators that have fully gone Hollywood, just like we see from people like Drewski. Drewski is another online creator that Hollywood has fully embraced. There is no better example of this than what we saw at this year's BET Awards. Drewski was chosen to host the show, and what he did shows us that he already crossed to the other side. If you want to see how the BET Awards shows how they fully brought Drewski in, watch this video right now If you want to further support the channel, consider becoming a Patreon member. When you join, you support the channel and get over 65 exclusive videos. Another way to support the channel is by subscribing and hyping this video. Your hype literally tells the algorithm that more people need to see this. Well, that's it for this video. I want to thank you all for watching.
Hey, I check out the Truth Is channel. That's what we just got to react to. Let's see what Sunday Journal. Hola. Let me see. Like YouTube, right? It's a. Let me see. Let me do most scandalous Los Angeles.
Top 3 colognes every man should have in 2025. Dolce & Gabbana, a blend of Sicilian.
Something. What was that about?
Hey, y'all about to check out Most Scandalous Los Angeles TV. Y'all go check their channel out. Most Scandalous Los Angeles TV. That's what we reacting
To intimidate Victim 1, defendant Henley told Victim 1 that Henley had seen Whack 100 with his wife and daughter and said, there's 50 to 20s with us. Hoodies tied down. Got my hoodie on, all black, tied down. She like, boom, she jumped in the car. Paid for blah, blah. Then took off. Boom, this screaming, my wife said, I see you, Eugene. I see you, Eugene, Henley, I see you. He's screaming all that. He got his blower. He got his blower out when he's fucked up because nobody's around him. We like, bitch. I'm like, yeah. He like, you wanna die here and there? Don't do this, my wife, my kids. Trust. Trust. Don't do this. He's screaming.
Welcome back to Scandalous Los Angeles TV, where we expose the exposers. In this episode, we're circling back to revisit some of CS2 Badges' lies. I know some of you thought we let this one slide, but no, we're not letting anything slide. We're here to nitpick every little contradiction Porky makes, just to show how deep the deception really goes. You heard what DJ Academic said at the beginning. He was reading straight from the paperwork connected to Big U's wiretap. Big U was detailing what really went down that night at the Novo when they ran into Porky in the parking lot. And you heard it clear as day. Whack crying, pleading, talking about his wife and kids being inside the building. But after that, Porky jumped on No Jumper, sat across from Trap Lord Ross, and tried to spin a whole different story. He even attempted to bully Ross for something Ross said about what was in the paperwork. Of course, Porky Chops had to change up the narrative. That's what people do when the paperwork doesn't match the persona. So here's what we're going to do today. First, we'll let you hear Porky's version of events, his so-called military operation, his heroic fantasy. Then we're going to let you hear him tell on himself, straight from his own mouth on camera.
You are watching a master at work.
Sounds nothing like what he told Trap Lord Ross. Once again, the lies unravel themselves. Let's get into it.
You know I'm allowed it. You business on it, right?
Oh,
something I did I wasn't supposed to do.
No, he sent me a screenshot of a page from the indictment
that's cool.
where Big
You
U was
receive
recorded
it.
on a wiretap
You receive
basically
it.
saying that he pumped you out with a whole bunch of people. And they had a quote that he attributed.
Okay,
There
well,
wasn't an actual video or recording.
Hold on,
This
hold
was Big U's version
Hold
of
on,
events.
hold on, get a receiver. So, since you read everything, right? Now, tread lightly with this. Now, tread lightly with this. Now, tread lightly with this. Because I've been telling myself for the last couple minutes not to really do nothing to you, not to really do nothing to you, not to
really do nothing to you. Like, swing off on
really do nothing.
I don't think Watt would have did nothing to Trap. You know, Trap good people, bro. Like he ain't, you know, the man. You can tell the man is like an upstanding citizen, right? And that's what we need more of in this world. He just be reacting to shit that's going on in the world, and like motherfuckers out like they mad about the shit, like nigga, you mad?
Stop the cap. No, what I'm trying to do. So since you so thorough, did you read what you said he did to me? No, either you gonna play.
Look, he got like he talking to what's the Trap, like he making them kind of look like, but Trap still stood his ground. Said what he said, bro. I mean, you can't be mad at it. You had to tell a glorifying story after Trap. Basically, put that shit out.
The real shit.
So can I say one thing about the
I just want to know what you read.
I feel like stuff that Adam said that he put source on top of. I just sent him an image of the.
So Trap sent Adam the indictment. I guess screenshot of it, sent it to him, and now Adam like really being behind the scenes, just being real underhanded and shiesty with this shit. Like,
Right, and then said, "You seen this? You went in
some of these niggas be shiesty out here, like shiesty. That's what I'm gonna call niggas who shady, bro. You shiesty. You a shiesty ass nigga. Like, I ain't even. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna start calling niggas shiesty.
A bunch of stuff.
No, you said in that page.
I don't know.
You said in that page, so I'm asking.
Ranch, Zaxby's style. Who's got the sauce?
Chicken bacon and ranch.
Old Spice gentleman. Guess I've always been a gentleman.
Some of that old spice on your life, man.
While fully knowing he's about to sit there and feed him a complete lie. Keep that in mind as we listen.
Did you read that? And did you use your brain to understand why and why not? So I'm a dude that has violated Big U like no other human being, right? Violated. 2-3 years, right?
He said he violated Big U, but bro, where's the proof at? Bro? Like, where did you violate this man? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, put your hands together for the violators. Put your hands together for the violators. The violators. The fuck you talking about? Man, this shit's scary out here.
about that Biggie was like the ultimate bad guy of LA?
No.
Being able to say that he violated is like him saying he went up against Al Capone.
No.
To tell the tale.
No, you gotta remember. See Big U when y'all see Big U.
On Gillian Wallow's show, Porky openly said he picked Big U as the biggest Crip of all time. He said he chose Big U over Crip founders Raymond Washington and Tookie Williams. He sat there listing off all of Big U's accolades, giving him all his flowers. But then, Porky gets on No Jumper and suddenly says, I don't see Big U the way everybody else does. See how that works? This is just Porky trying to position himself like he's above every...
Yeah, that, when niggas do shit like that, that be bullshit.
Bullshit.
That be bullshit.
Bullshit.
And definitely.
Bullshit.
Like, that's how it go down. Like, bro, niggas be on some bullshit.
He's right, you know.
Everybody else. Like he's on some level of insight or authority that the rest of us don't have.
I know. You just sat on my couch with his head down. You need our help, or you need our help, or you need our
Did y'all catch that? Porky just said it. Where he
need our help. Who is our?
Not my help. Our help. Why is that? Porky is inserting himself into something that had nothing to do with him. He's trying to make it sound like Big was running and his imaginary team for help. But let's ask Porky, who exactly is our? Why don't you just say he needed your help? Who is this so-called group you're speaking for? Because it sounds like you're trying to create this illusion, like there's some big collective of people Big U was leaning on, when really, it's just you talking to yourself, trying to look more important than you are. That's
the most important investment for an artist is their production. Purchase this beat today.
Commercial,
hey,
beats.
Inflate the story. Inflate yourself. But we see right through it.
I don't see him that way. I'm up the why I had to pay rent and help take care of his family.
Let's talk about another one of Porky's lies. Big U owned multiple homes. So how in the world could CS2 Badges be out here claiming he paid Big U's rent? If you helped him with anything at all, it would have been to help with a mortgage payment, not rent. That's just common sense. But here's what's even funnier. Notice how Porky and Lucy both lean on this same tired talking point. Oh, we gave him some money. We helped pay his rent. Like that's some badge of honor. If someone is really your friend, and they fall on hard times, isn't helping them out what you're supposed to do?
Without telling anybody. You don't gotta tell nobody. If you help your friend, I really should. If you put your, like, say your friend, something happened, yeah.
Talking point. A power play. I'm not scared of him. I don't see him the way y'all see him because I helped him one time with some money. Are you kidding me? And don't forget.
Right, it's a lot of people help you with some money. You know what I'm saying? Like, what that got to do with it? Like, that's crazy.
All of this is built on a lie anyway. Everything Porky's saying is just to distract you from the real truth. He was in that parking lot that night, screaming for his life. That's the...
That nigga was screaming for his life. He was screaming.
Reality he's trying to rewrite.
When they sat on my couch and said, help me, I don't see that dude's that, right? But if you read that, right, it says, we was 15, 20 deep, right? and we called him, and he was by himself, right? You do know I jumped out on him. You do know I wasn't walking. I'm in a car with 800 horsepower in it, right? I'm very capable of whatever, right? You do know my homeboys was adjacent to them, but they had no idea they was there, right?
There we go.
Right?
That's good information.
You do understand that, right?
New information.
He's
See that?
screaming.
Hey,
Dig it.
new information, bro.
Hey, how you living? Oh my God.
Now we got Mount Pride going. Right here, bro.
Hello,
We said
hello,
do it
Shay. How you doing? First time meeting. IRL.
Hold on. We got to get to this right here.
He's trying to pack out travel right now. Yeah, we need a judge.
Hold on.
We need someone to litigate this situation.
So hold on. Watch this.
I'm glad I'm here at Girl Zero, man. This girl get that.
Watch this. So let me give it to you, right? Let me.
Damn, bro said IRL, like in real life. Like in real life. Like IRL.
Hey, yeah, man, I throw my last two. I said, this is a better venture. They got me, they got Alan, they got Black.
No Podmore.
Shout out to the
No
new
federal
recruit.
remote.
He in the company.
So listen, hold on. Let's get back to it,
The
right?
undercover had a stutter.
Oh, the undercover had a stutter?
Actually, no. What you read?
Look, I just feel like, I'll read it. I'll read it. I'll read it. Can I say something before I read it? It's very important.
I want you to read it.
All right, I'll read
I want
it.
to see how.
What Adam said about it.
I want a dramatic reading.
You spun it crazy.
I want you to read it dramatic.
Hey, Third John.
Don't bring
That
the
I
point
never
out.
exposed.
Yo, I'm so glad you're my friend. Cause all your options go together. I ain't gonna lie to you. All your options. Every nigga don't like you. They going down the ball of flame, man.
I'm a legal
Yo,
guy.
that's my friend. I'm telling you.
Go ahead, read. I don't want him to do this weird shit. Go ahead.
Henley recounted to victim one, and this is on a wiretap, right? So bear in mind, this is very important. This is Big U bragging about doing this on a wiretap to somebody else.
Hold on.
Not knowing that he's being listened to, right?
Read.
Henley recounted to victim one an incident in which Henley and Rolling 60s gang members chased down Whack 100, Whack 100, Whack 100.
Meet Rosetta Stone Sapphire, the best way to learn a language for real. Sapphire's lessons are designed specifically to make language learning intuitive, so you can sound like a native in no time. Test.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
100, Whack 100.
At this point, it's almost normal. We should all be used to it by now. Seeing CS2 Badge's name pop up in somebody else's paperwork shouldn't even surprise anybody anymore. Once again, this man's name is showing up in paperwork, and somehow it never matters. But here's where it gets ridiculous. CS2 Back wants us to believe that the feds have wiretaps of Big U saying all this happened to him. And yet, magically, they went to CS2 Back to ask him about it. He wants us to think his name just landed in that paperwork out of nowhere, and he had no clue about anything. Then look at what he said on Clubhouse. He drawed it. Your uncle, Big Draws, got Drew down on. We all know the feds were listening to that. Make that make sense.
Attempting to hurt him. Quote, there's 15 to 20 dudes with us, down paper, redacted, and then took off. Boom, this dude's screaming. My wife, roars, I see you, Eugene, I see you. Eugene Henley, I see you. He's screaming all of that. He's got his blower. His blower's out.
Allegations.
But he's messed up. Bitch ass dude. He's like, redacted, die here, man, don't do this. My wife, don't do this. He's screaming.
You said he was about to turn you into I smart you up. I've been violating you for 2 years. Violating, calling rap snitches. He came up here 20 years ago. He's taking some work. What's up him from with me?
So, look, listen, I'm about to give you this. Let me get to it. My interpretation of this, me personally, and bear in mind, my interpretation wasn't put out there. Adam hopped on the live and said, no, this is so crucial. No one gets to mine. Mine's okay. Adam hopped on there and said, Wack was begging for his life. I didn't say that. You were sourcing it. Adam was sourcing it.
You don't tell me what you did from that.
This is what I'm trying to get to.
Why did
what
he
I'm trying to get to it is because you might not want to admit this. You had your blower.
Okay.
Right?
If I got my blower and you 20 deep with hoodies, and I'm by myself, right? No begging to plead. That's when you really do it, right? What do you think my mentality was? For a dude not to approach me and you come to get me, and I jump out my car, talking. What kind of conversation you think I'm having to make a dude say don't nobody move?
I agree with you.
Now,
I feel like
let's talk.
I feel like
Now I'm about to expose something nobody ever knew.
Oh,
So here it goes, right?
ground zero,
I'm
man.
here. All of this is a parking lot, right? I'm here. They walk down. They walk right past my car. They didn't see me. When I seen them get here, I jumped out. Y'all looking for me? Right? They stopped. They backwards to me. Y'all, I had everything I had, I could have dipped with everything in front of me. Now what they didn't know is I'm talking to my team. Big Unim is here. Now watch this. Look, watch this. Big Unim is here. I'm here out the car. Third, who was here, and here?
Taking notes?
Hold on. Third, who in that parking lot when I'm confronting these 20 Crips was 20 to 30 feet in every direction and they didn't know it? All my homies was behind them. Listen. So listen, check this out. So when I'm letting you know, there's no need to beg nothing. What did I tell that fool? My home, they still don't know to this day that all of my homies was positioned 11 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 6 o'clock. They didn't even see them. I'm talking to my homies in code, letting them know which way I'm gonna push them. I said, it ain't nothing 20 of y'all. I'm going down 3 of y'all. I just told him I'm gonna get off in 3s. Right? At that point, he knows he's getting off in 3s. When he go to 2s, he's running out of them. These dudes right now to this day had no idea that. You see, he said I was by myself, right? I was playing in the feed, that's where his car is at. Right, let's clear that up. Kanye said, whack, my car is on feed. I said, well, we gotta walk around. He's like, you just can't go like this. He said, well, I don't care. So we walked in the crowd, took him to feed, went down the escalator, got the car. I pulled out first. I always pull out first. My people is here, here, and here. As you seen, he said what? He was by himself. The bows on that, and you start getting that blowing at you another way. What happened? So now the world knows Bozo. Think about it. Where did the 4 dudes go and got off the stage? But you tried to play.
If you were the threat, then why didn't anything happen?
What do you mean?
You gotta ask
you gotta ask to 20 people. They came to get me, right? Listen, I'm gonna be real. They marked themselves out. It'd been 20 power rules going to get one person, and they jumped out like that, you would have had to use that. I told Big U, this is what I told him.
You gave him a pass?
No, I told Big U, yo move. I said, yo move. You going first. Let's get to it. He said, cuz don't move, cuz to kill me.
You are watching a master at work.
This shit funny as hell, bro.
He's right, you know.
It's exact words. I'm telling my team in Cole, talking to them, I said, you ain't hold the cards. They listen to me, tell them to do what? Hold. Because I see them moving in. I don't want you that close. Because I'm going to make them scatter. I got some shit that's going to make freedom ring. That's a fact.
I got some shit that gonna make freedom. We gotta run that back. We gotta run that back.
The cards. They listen to me, tell them to do what? Hold. Because I see them moving in. I don't want you that close. Because I'm going to make them scatter. I got some shit that's going to make that in.
Trapaholics, real trap
shit, right? Let's just be real. Let's just be real.
It's just a blow.
No, I'm asking you, what makes 20 dudes stop in their tracks. And you know they have some shit. What it takes something. Listen, it's a fat, ugly ball walk through here. We wouldn't trip. We'd keep talking. If a bad bitch walk through here, we gonna stop and look, right? So it gotta be a showstopper, right? So now I get exposed to you that the bozo said what?
Hey, showstopper. Hey, that's funny. Not the showstopper.
I never was by myself.
But this him on a wire not bragging to somebody else, bro.
Right. But you said it like it was real. But you said it like it was real.
I was just reading what you said.
That's the part he's mad about, the begging. I never.
No, but I'm saying though, the part I'm mad about is you act like you cool. You just said to me and say, whack, what's up with this? You get the bitch ass shit you do, but they just can't catch you.
Now that we've all sat through his big, let's rewind. That's his own words. He just admitted that when he hopped out of that car, he was screaming for his life, begging about his wife and kids. Exactly like Big U said happened. No spin, no military strategy, no action movie moment, just fear. So once again, Porky, aka CS2 Badges, has stumbled over his own tongue again. Caught up in his own lies like he always is.
Paying $30 for $10 of food, same restaurants, same food, but somehow you're...
I'm the nigga dead in his eyes. All of what you got there. But you know it's 20 of them. Not actually rushing to do whatever you don't do. If that's what you want to try. It's it. Come on. Niggas went to a show to start some shit, but they didn't do shit. That's crazy. Come on. Niggas went to a show to start some shit, but they didn't do shit. That's crazy.
Why will it lay to it?
No, they went there to look like they did some shit. They really wanted to
All the antics in the post, I'm like, come on, boy. What are you talking about, bro?
Where I got stumped out that shit on YouTube for sure, my kid. For sure.
Man, this shit is funny as hell, man. Like, do y'all niggas hear this shit? Man, this shit is funny as hell, man. Like, do y'all niggas hear this shit? Do y'all already hear this shit? Like, listen to the dick ride, man. This is me.
Hey, I was about to react to Will It Be Live 2 weeks ago. I missed the edit, sorry. I react about to react to try to go to like, yeah, I'm gonna try to maybe an hour.
What's up, family?
Might try to go to see what happens.
Ever since 18-year-old student athlete Nolan Wells' body was discovered in Mississippi, after hanging out with his white friends while voting, there's been a lot of public discourse about race, especially black kids hanging out with white kids, or black people hanging out with white people in general, especially white people. White people have been extremely critical of white people in regards to these black-white friendships. Yeah, so-called friendships, right? Here's a white woman who says that she schools her kids on checking their white friends as a family member.
And on the 4th of July, my son's best friend came with us to my family's get together. And their friend is black, and he was the only black person. The son's friend was obviously going to be protected with us, as are all of our black friends, because I'm very aware of how racist people can be in Mississippi. And I even told my kids when we left for my family's 4th of July thing that if anyone said anything racist, that they knew that their mama was going to speak up, say something, because I don't care who you are, I don't care if you're my own family, I'm going to call you out on your racist BS, and that we would immediately leave, because I'm not going to tolerate that ever. So my kids know that about me, but I also want to make sure that they know that we have to speak out, no matter who it is. I don't care if it's family. People will come out and are saying, you need to warn your kids about being the only black person amongst a group of white people.
It's crazy because it's like you're not able to be the only black person amongst a bunch of white people, and we don't know what happened. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's crazy.
Especially in certain places around here, very much so. I agree with it. I'm always telling my kids, if you are with your friends who aren't white and you're around any certain area and someone comes out saying racist stuff, you have to be the one that speaks up. You have to intervene. When my kids were little and they would go play basketball at another guy's house, his neighbor always hung a Confederate flag. And I would tell my boys, if y'all are set on playing basketball there at your friends, please know if that man ever comes outside of that house, you have to be the one to speak to him. Do not let your black friends try to say anything, because you never know what that man might do to them. So as a white parent who is very aware of racism here and everywhere, in most places, unfortunately, it is...
See, this crazy because this is like a white person that she might have mixed kids. I don't know if she got mixed kids or not, but I'm saying if she do, it's almost like everything.
My job to make sure I educate my children, simply not on being not racist, but I want to teach them, and I do teach them how to be anti-racist and how to use the privilege that they have as a white person around here to make sure that they're the ones speaking up and intervening to protect all their friends who aren't white, because they're going to be viewed differently than their black friends, and so they have to do that. They have to step in. So if you're a white person and you get offended by people saying, don't let your black children be...
I'm lost.
Only white person going somewhere with a white family. We should not be offended. We should be very aware of what they have to deal with all the time. And it doesn't matter if we're the exception to that rule. We should understand where they're coming from, and then also do our part to make sure we're educating our children on how to be better stewards of the privilege that they have, especially in these places, and to make sure that they're protected.
Alright, I was gonna play the song too. Doing all that, we're gonna play. We're gonna have an interlude, baby interlude. Might play my gas shit twice, 4 months.
I feel like she.
I like to make myself believe the planet Earth turns slowly. It's hard to say, but I'd rather stay awake when I'm asleep. 'Cause everything is never as it seems. Oh, I like to make myself believe the planet Earth, it turns slowly. It's hard to say, but I'd rather stay awake when I'm asleep. 'Cause everything is never as it seems. I like to make myself believe the planet Earth turns slowly. It's hard to say, but I'd rather stay awake when I'm asleep. 'Cause everything is never as it seems. Oh, I like to make myself believe the planet Earth, it turns slowly. It's hard to say, but I'd rather stay awake when I'm asleep. 'Cause everything is never as it seems. I like
Somebody's still on us. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep one bridging. Keep one. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's going on?
Open a Chime checking account in 2 minutes and we'll spot you up to $200. Apply now. Open a Chime checking account in
I'm talking. And this person that folks, I cannot believe what I have just.
Hey, I was about to check out Trap Marlon or Trap Laura Ross. Y'all already know. And man, we better rock and check them out.
Seen after all embarrassing incidents, David's friends are finally piping up. They're finally doing the right thing and talking. And this person that piped up this time, okay, the female friend of David, some said girlfriend, some said love trials, all sorts of nonsense has been going around, okay? But Asia Collins, the girl that was David's right-hand lady at a certain point, I urged her in a previous video to pipe up and speak about this and to denounce David. And I told her, I said, if you actually want to get some clout, you seem to be very clout hungry, pipe up, get on your live streams and denounce David and let us know what's going on. Well, actually, apparently, she has popped out and she's spoken on David. And I've got to give her some respect for actually even, popping out, doing the right thing and actually speaking on this situation. All of David's despicable friends have all scrambled around non-stop to gather sympathy for themselves, all right? Losing sight of what's going on. Justice for Celeste is what we're all really waiting for. But I am actually, I'm honestly, quite flabbergasted and arguably impressed that she might have actually, seen the light and is actually now taking steps to expose David and speak on the situation, because we've all been waiting. Can't just have me speak on the situation non-stop. We want to know what Asia has to say. Asia needs to tell us all the stories about everything that went on with David, and we're going to absolutely appreciate her for that, all right? And it's time. It is now time, people. So, there's a few things that have been going around, all right? There was some recent drama in the sort of streaming space because Asia basically popped out, all right, at Jason the Ween's party. So this Jason the Ween guy motion right now, okay, who said Jason couldn't believe Asia Collins was at the OSCS party. She popped out at the party. She outside.
Hey, sorry. No return policy. Bro, Jason, don't stop. I'm sorry.
Hey, the pool, jacuzzi, everything's right there. Oh my God. Make a joke about it, it's fine.
You brothers, right? Return policy, sorry.
And what clip that was going around, both Jason and the chat basically reacted after seeing Asia was at the party, and I'm not gonna lie, I've got a similar reaction. I'm like, yo, what? Asia, what's going on? What? You got some questions? Hell no. Everyone say hell no. What the fuck? Listen, she got some splaining to do. She back outside, she got some splaining to do. This says Jason in his chat was speechless after seeing David's ex-best friend, Asia Collins, at a party. Is it David's ex, best friend? David's ex-best friend? David's ex-best, friend? I don't know. So Jason the Ween has now met both Asia Collins like a couple times, okay? And basically, they were at a party also with the other Celeste down. We got some questions that need answering too. To be honest with you, Jason got some explaining to do.
His name is Rex. What just happened? Are you okay? What just happened? Did she spell her drink on me? Oh my God, you gotta do a backflip to get it. Hey, no way. I tried to go backflip to get it. Oh my God. This is how much you go over the ledge. I'll pick you up and take you home. No, you're not going over the... Oh, damn, you see. Alright, I'll meet you upstairs.
If only she'd have been more protective of the real Celeste, But anyway, right, it's another story for another day, right? So, after her recent experience popping out at Jason's stream and seeing the chat go absolutely ballistic at her mere presence after very little explaining has been done, she did do the Reddit Q&A, to be fair, okay? She basically has been silent for months, damn near a year. We're not for a couple months off a year of silence, okay? Yeah, she's done a few posts, done a little Reddit AMA, but actually she did a stream and she didn't address anything. She's finally now apparently decided enough is enough, and she's decided to speak out about the situation in her own stream, and I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty interesting. We're gonna have to get into it. Let's hear it.
Never do these 3 things after a car accident if you want to potentially receive any money at all. Number 1, never sue the person who hit you.
I gotta get started talking about some stuff that I don't want to talk about. I don't really care if, I'm gonna try not to cry when I talk about this situation, but it's honestly hell. Okay, so let's get into it. Last night I attended a streamer party. I don't know the name of the group. I know some of the people that are part of the group. Everyone who's actually a part of the group are like really good people. So I'm gonna try and figure out the name because obviously I have to be specific here. It was the OSCS party. The only person I know from that group is Arky, because I only know him because when I came there, they were really, really nice. They were super nice to me, and I really appreciate like their hospitality, all like talking to me, not making me feel weird or anything. But basically when I was there, keep in mind when I go to a party, I'm only gonna go to somewhere where I'm wanted. I don't go out too often anymore. I've just been more to myself, especially like with all like the crazy stuff that's been going on, which I'm gonna get into that as well. But long story short, my friends were going to this party. They told me about it, so I was like, oh, okay, I'll join you guys. I didn't really think it was that deep. I don't even really feel like I have beef with anyone. So I request to get on the list for this party. I get on the list, which is what's super confusing. Like, I'm on the list for this party, right? So whoever's running the party on Partyful has to accept my name and put me on the list.
But Partyful's some LA shit, man, right? You gotta be on the list, right? If you're not on the list, right? It's all a bit pathetic, okay? It's all a bit cliquey, but I've been on a few lists. I've been not on a few lists, right? But she said that she was invited to attend the party. She was on the list. She was on the Partyful.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. They did that shit. I got a short on my channel. I was in LA and I walked up at the party. You know what I'm saying? Dancing with Michael Jackson and the folks. We got to leave. You got to leave. Them folks in LA told me I had to leave, bro. I wasn't invited to the party.
Well, right? I'm on the list. She was on the list. So she apparently felt some tension from Jason, possibly because of David and her fallout with Sakura, but also just from the fact that, you associated with a CHILD murderer. You was best buddies, and you ain't really do enough to clean it up. That's why people were shocked. People in the chat. That's really people wondering where the hell you've been hiding. All right, he was in Oslo for a bit. But anyway, that's the response she got. Okay, so she's kind of like explaining it in a roundabout way. And I do actually respect her getting on here and explaining this for us. But it's very interesting.
In order for me to go to the list, I link up with my friends and then we pull to the party. I'm not doing anything like fucked up or anything. I'm just chilling in a corner. I'm hanging out with my friends. I just feel weird tension because with me and Jason, we don't have any issues with each other really. I think he feels a type of way, I don't know, maybe because of the fact that we both used to be friends with David and that's like such a touchy subject. Or the fact that like I'm not friends with Sakura because Sakura stopped being friends with me because of the David situation, right? So I don't know, but me and David directly, or not me and David, me and Jason don't directly have any form of beef. But anyways, like first when I walked in, I saw he was looking at me, so I wouldn't just, I say hi, like I'm cordial. I never like being mean to people. Like I don't know, I just don't like being mean.
So look, all right, she basically is addressing the fact that, look, the vibes were weird as fuck when she pulled up. Like, let's be real. Like, those vibes were weird as hell. Now, when she's talking about Sakura's no longer friends with her because of the David situation, more specifically, Sakura probably pissed off that she got sucked into this. She probably smelled, no disrespect, she probably did smell the dead body, so that's rest in peace to her. David talking about, took a mad shit, and it smelled.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said he took a dump, and that's why it smelled like that in here.
Gonna be bad in my place. Now we've seen the diagram with the stink lines drawn on it, that this room was above the garage, okay? So Sakura was the one on the stream, I think this was her stream, where David was trying to explain away the situation, and then she surrounded, Asia's there, Neo's there. It's all connected, all right? So she basically thinking, fuck all these people, bro. You dragging me, what do you mean there was a body in the stream? What on earth do you mean there was a body in the stream? So I get it, all right? Maybe there's more to the story, but from what Asia's saying, basically, Sakura said she don't fuck with her. She probably don't fuck with nobody that was there in that room, to be honest. She probably don't trust any of these people. I get it.
I want to see your reaction to this. I want to get paid, guys. I'm not getting paid for this most.
Yeah, had you guys looking crazy, brazy, right? Had you guys looking nuts. I wouldn't want to be friends with none of them people, even though she was going along with the act. But Asia basically claimed that Jason actually tried to get her kicked out of the party after she jokingly grabbed his arm while he stood at the door. And maybe that was why maybe he wasn't feeling, the David Hangaromba brigade turning up at his party looking for some more clout before addressing the situation. So thankfully she's addressing the situation, but this is how she breaks it down.
And so obviously, like, I'm chilling, I said hello, and then I didn't interact with anyone even like really streaming like the entire time that I was there. Most of the time, like, I was just chilling in the corner with my friends. Like, I can literally show you guys videos of literally just having fun with my friends. I didn't drink, fully sober, I'm just chilling there. And then we're hanging out, and I go out with my friend to go get a drink of water, and then I come back in, and I see that Jason's guarding the door to go in or whatever, which I thought he was like doing something for stream, like maybe like clip farming. So I thought it was funny. I was like, oh, you're not gonna let me in, whatever. And I grabbed like his like fake baton, and then I like moved out the way, and then I handed it back. And I don't know what the fuck I did, but immediately he goes to security, and he's like, points to me, like, aka, like, get me the fuck out. And mind you, I didn't do anything. So now I'm just like a little confused at this point. So I go and I'm like, hanging out with my friends. I thought it was like a clip farm thing. I didn't even think it was anything serious. But it turns out he texted hella people, like, get Asia out of here. Like, get her out of here, all this stuff.
Spend your eyes watching movies or playing games on that tiny phone screen. Open this app and turn your phone into a 100-inch projector in just 3 seconds. Without spending a single dime on bulky equipment, just one tap.
It's not his party. I wasn't doing anything to anybody. It's honestly like super embarrassing. Cause like I don't even know what the fuck I did.
But here's the thing, Asia. You are persona non grata in Los Angeles because your best friend murdered a little girl. And you tried to sort of address it in a roundabout way, and people are not feeling that, right? You can say he was clip farming, he was joking around, but everybody was like looking like they saw a ghost when they saw you pull up to the party. Now, thankfully, you're going to address the situation in this breakdown. And I'm very grateful, I'm appreciative that Asia is now finally taking this opportunity to address some of these things in the same format that she used to farm clout when David was outside and she was having a great time in the bus and stuff, right? It's all well and good hopping on Reddit doing an AMA that not many people are even that's on their radar apart from Big Trapmore Ross is going to kind of talk like she feels like she was bullied by Jason Levine. I mean, if that's bullying, took the time to do this, which I respect, people aren't rocking with you. I probably wouldn't have you in my party, to be honest with you. I don't.
CBS News White House reporter Olivia Rinaldi in our DC bureau. Olivia, good morning. What a week that we've witnessed now. We've been discussing security concerns during this week with President Trump. So what new information did you learn this morning about his flight out of Turkey?
Yeah, Errol, if you'll remember, President Trump ended up taking the old Air Force One home from his trip to Turkey. He had flown there on that new Qatari jet, that $400 million taxpayer dollar jet, I should say. He had flown there on it, but then was asked by Secret Service or advised by Secret Service to actually fly home on the older version
of Air Force One, that iconic Kennedy blue, that robin's egg blue plane that we have come to know over the last 40 years that presidents have flown on. The reason why they did were some of the security concerns surrounding the president. You just heard Rainey lay out some of those concerns, but also the fact that the president was departing from Turkey, which is a neighbor of Iran, while these strikes were intending to continue. So the Secret Service had advised for the president's safety that it might be best to fly home on the older version of the plane. And part of the reason why is because that old plane is equipped with a secure communication system so that the president could be in touch with military officials, people on the ground, as the strikes are continuing in Iran, especially as the U.S. is continuing to strike inside and around the Strait of Hormuz. There's also sophisticated military defenses on board that older version of Air Force One. There are flares that they can use. There is laser technology that the plane has that could scramble some incoming missiles towards the plane. We just don't know if the new Air Force One is equipped with that at that point, because we do know that it was a supercharged timeline to get that new plane delivered to this administration in order to replace the older versions of Air Force One, which they are pretty old. They're about 40 years old, which is old tin to be flying in the air. But essentially, when you're talking about the security of the president, we just don't know what this new jet is equipped with. So because of that, the Secret Service did say the president from or advised him that it might be best to fly home on that older version.
Thing our viewers will likely see on their feeds as they wake up to the Election Assistance Commission. Sounds important, but what is this group and what's the reaction there?
Yeah, it's a low-key bipartisan committee. It was created back in 2002 as part of this election integrity effort, and their mission, according to their website, is to help foster independent bipartisan commission whose mission is to help election officials improve the administration of elections. But it is a pretty small, not well-known commission. And we did hear from the White House that, yes, in fact, they did ask to remove some officials on the board. The White House did clarify that one official who was on the board actually resigned. She was a Republican on that board. From a White House statement, they said to us, the president, who is the head of the executive branch, reserves the right to remove individuals that may not be totally aligned with the important task of securing America's elections and ensuring that every legal vote is counted. The Slaughter decision, which is that recent Supreme Court decision, gives the president the precedence to do so. They go on to say the administration from the start has been working across all agencies and local partners to safeguard elections from fraud and abuse and investing in strong infrastructure to sustain that mission. One important clarification that I do want to add was something that we heard from David Becker, who is a contributor here at CBS, in talking about this commission. He did tell us yesterday that this commission is small. It has very little impact. A lot of these commissioners have been in that position for a long time. It's a commission that has very little authority, he says, and has done very little lately. So the impact that Americans may see from this decision in the White House might not be profound, but it does speak to the broader effort of the president trying to shape the upcoming elections, especially as we are heading into the midterm season.
Yeah, precisely. Important context there for our viewers to know. Olivia, thank you so much.
The focus.
Hey, I give me the Comic fan one time, like, subscribe, share.
You should switch the way your contacts because it's
I'm gonna let it roll.
so cheap.
I say shipping costs, I say doctor office visit fees.
Pixie 107.
I don't like how everybody talking about how Brandy looks sickly. You would be sickly too if your mentor, the man in control of all your money and your finances, passed away. The man that's been keeping all your secrets locked and key passed away. Jermaine Dupri just now finding out he owed $18 million. All the secrets are starting to be exposed. And when Whitney Houston passed Brandy that note, she swore to never reveal what Whitney Houston put in that note. She said she gonna take it to her grave. But best believe Clive Davis know, cause it wasn't nothing that man didn't know. And now that he gone, people connected the dots between Whitney Houston passing, Brandy's brother, and how she felt like she needed to protect Ray J from Whitney Houston because she knew that things allegedly. There's even claims that Monica put it down on Clive Davis, even though everybody was looking at him like he was guilty.
I first seen this, and I saw the news, and I'm sorry, please excuse me, I just have to come out and say this.
Yes.
I saw Ray J coming out of the hotel, hiding his head, being pushed into the car. Why? I looked and I said, why is he hiding? Why is he hiding his face? He's always trying to show his face.